this is the RLA. Our slogan is "Protect the Rivers, Help the Earth." It's a coolant system, and it's basically meant to.
I think it just started working. Yeah.
Okay, so basically our problem is that coal-based factories and power plants use a whole lot of water to cool down the facility, but the water that comes from the oceans, rivers, and lakes is very cold, and then they put water that's warmer back into it, and that's killing the ecosystem. Our product is a piping system, and it's hopefully going to help this problem. It's going to employ a temperature regulating system and an industrial bubble diffuser and 2 temperature probes. Our target is large coal-based industries and companies that are located near major water sources and stuff like rivers. A couple examples are OMU and the RGS. Our marketing is we will take the factories within the range of our shipping and produce the RLA FCX with different materials based on the percentage of piping used by the factories. Hopefully this will comply with each factory's use of material. Then, if all goes well, we will go to the EPA to try to get them to mandate that the water be within 2 standard deviations of the major source's temperature, and in that way, hopefully, we'll get factories to start buying our product.
Okay, so our first object in our product would be the EZ zone controller. It will be regulating the temperature from the pH probe. This one is it goes like this. This one will take the temperature of the actual water that is in the river and will send that information to the EZ zone controller. And as well as this one, we'll be taking the water temperature from the inside factory water, and this controller will regulate the temperature from the inside factory to be the same as the outside factory. So this one right here is the one we will be using. As you can see, it's 7 inches tall and all the dimensions. It costs $200, so that's part of it. These are the different views. Okay. The next one is the bubble diffuser, which will aerate the water. It'll return the bubbles to the water that were out in the river, because when they take it in, they take all the nutrients and all of the air and all that out of the water to be able to cool down their actual system. So this will actually return the correct amount of air back into the river water before putting it back in the river. Okay. These are the 2 pH probes that I already informed you about. Now we have different types of pipes, because factories, they don't all use stainless steel, they don't all use ductile iron. So we have the different costs of whichever the ones we will use. We're going to take a certain percentage of the factories around our area, and we'll make each one with the percentage on that factory. And then if a factory doesn't have what we make, they can special order it for a little bit more on the cost to actually make the product itself in their same piping. For the prototype, we use stainless steel because that's the most common within factories. So it's actually 10 feet long by 4 inches wide, but this is just the model, because obviously I'm not holding 10 feet. This is the overall assembly of the product.
As you can see, there's a model of the RLA factory system, and we actually have a Facebook page for it. So far, we have 3,000 likes, and two of the companies have actually bought our product, and one of them actually wants
2 more for their other factories as well. It will cost about $1,613 to produce our product, and the minimum wage is $7.20, and our profit is $3,400, and we will begin our business at the Center for Business and Research.
Also, we calculated the profit because we took the actual price that it's going to cost to produce and we doubled it so that we can make the actual product again for another factory before they pay us, so that they can already have it ready when they pay us to make it, and we can just give it to them instead of them having to wait, and then also a little bit extra for a profit for the workers.
With this project, we plan to save the ecosystem, and like it says over here, we never know the worth of water till the well is dry.
Any questions?
So, like, would a factory let you one of them, or depending
Yes.
on the size of the factory, it would make more than one?
We made the biggest sizable amount for each factory, and this actually has the most horsepower. And if they do perhaps have more water flowing through the pipe than what we actually predicted, all we have to do is install another EZ zone controller on top, and voila. Yes.
Do you say that the width or the diameter is 4 inches?
We did that for the prototype because some of them actually are 4 inches within the factory, but we can make it based on whatever theirs is, the material as well as the dimensions. Anybody else?